Just FYI, this is the final part in a 3-part series. There's links to the first 2 videos underneath this one. We try not to do the whole continuity thing, but, well, Oliver spent a whole weekend watching the original Planet of the Apes films. It has an effect on him.
Hey guys, I guess I should get up with the floor now, especially seeing as how it's kind of tricky to properly project your voice when you're laying on your side against a bunch of cookie crumbs you wish you'd swept up earlier, comma, a hard floor. So yeah, maybe you're wanting to host a web show, write a funny column for your local newspaper, or even just honk away at a Twitter feed while it's still possible for a TV network to make the somewhat poor decision to produce a television show based on a Twitter feed. Maybe it occurs to you that you'd like to review Implausible People. The first example that comes to my mind of someone who does this would be Ben Thompson, who has been slugging away over at badassoftheweek.com since 2004. 5 years later, in 2009, he got a book deal. That's pretty okay. But I developed a problem while reading badassoftheweek.com, a problem that during my last review I became increasingly concerned I'd pass on to you guys if I continued doing Implausible People reviews. I became numb and indifferent to the fantastic. Fortunately, I recovered, but I don't want to live in a world where I just go meh in reaction to learning that there was once a man who climbed to the north face of Mount Everest in only 4 days without using any safety equipment. And I wouldn't want to inflict that on you guys, of course. Plus, when you're writing, it can be really easy to fall into a trap of just going, and then he said this, and then he did that, and then he did this kind of thing, following up each and every statement with an utterly insincere comedic reaction that any clip show hack would be proud of. But if you're comfortable with only ever being known for one kind of thing and always sort of writing and presenting in the same format, well then, who am I to stop you? Just try and keep in mind how much you laughed at the first of those infamous Chuck Norris jokes, and then remind yourself how much you laughed at the 10th, and how much you laughed at the 20th? I reckon the best thing any writer can do, and certainly the course of action I'm going to take, is not to come back to the well too often. Over enough time, it's perfectly acceptable to talk about any number of implausible people. You just have to remember that variety is the spice of life. Isn't it kind of ironic that a saying involving the word spice has actually been pounded out into an incredibly bland cliche? Remember that Variety is an American showbiz industry magazine with an amusing headline vernacular, and talk about plenty of other things before you return to an understandably well-worn path. A path that leads to guys like Thor Heyerdahl, who proved that Africans could have made a pre-Columbus voyage to North America by building a historically accurate boat made out of papyrus and then doing the voyage from Morocco to Barbados himself. Damn! Wacky.
Hey, superfans, I have a Chuck Norris joke for you. Chuck Norris. You see, I'm implying the man himself as a joke. Oh, he's had more money fall out of the hole in his pocket than I'll ever see. On the other hand, at least I'll never accuse homosexuals of interfering with the democratic process. I tell ya.
Just remember, could have made a pre-Columbus voyage to North America by building a hysterically accurate boat. It was so fucking funny how accurate that boat was. Damn! 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 That was so much fun.